Oh shit. Are we live? Yes, we're live. All right. All right, this took a while. My gosh. You don't stream for like 2 weeks and everything changes. The drivers change, OBS changes, you yourself change in the way that you forget how this all works again. Oh my gosh. Alright, greetings ladies and lads and welcome to another stream. Alright. Look, a wild stream appeared. Oh yeah, it definitely did. Now we only have to wait for the chat box to connect and then everything will be fine. Until that happens. Greetings ladies and lads, welcome to another stream on Brink of Art. The first stream in March, I'm pretty sure. My schedule is just absolutely cooked. But I am not getting cooked because I had to blend out all of the possible vitamin D that I could get from today because of the unusual and rather humane hours I'm streaming today. The sun is shining brightly, but I have to miss out on all of that lovely vitamin D. But we don't need vitamin D because we've got vitamin heat for heavy explosive anti-tank. Haha. Okay. My god, got there in the end. Alright, how's everyone doing? Let me quickly check that Twitch is also happy. Yes, everything works. Everything works. Excellent. Alright, let me start up my camera and then I'll show you what we'll be dealing with today. Very fittingly, I chose to have the the World of Tanks theme running. I thought, of all the... I'm always struggling to find some good music for this stream, and I didn't really feel like putting on some more jazz today. I didn't really feel like getting copyright struck either today. So I was like, you know what? We are painting a self-propelled... What is happening here? A self-propelled... what's it called? Artillery Lafette. So why don't we put on some World of Tanks? I don't know what's happening here. This doesn't make much sense to me. But while I'm struggling to do that, who doesn't love a good tank? Yes, I mean, technically speaking, it isn't a tank, it is, as I just proclaimed, a self-propelled artillery Lafette. But who's really counting, right? Who's really paying attention? Some nerds. Alright. Okay, check this. Aha. Streaming early, eh? Yeah, Rice, I am. Let me quickly... Where is my video? There we are. My god. At last. I'll join you guys in a few minutes after I get home from work. Oh yeah, a lot of people are working today. Again, I'm sorry for this rather awkward streaming slot. The reason I took this is literally just... My girlfriend is at work. She will be till the evening. This is the best and only time I can find to stream without bothering her while she has to write her assignment. So, let me quickly take care of this cable and then we'll be in business. So, this is what we'll be painting today. A nice Imperial Bombard. I got this guy from eBay years ago. This was like my third miniature I ever got for the Imperial Guard, for the Astra Militarum. And yeah, as you can see, it is actually a Bombard. But it sits on what I presume to be a regular Basilisk Lafette. Nobody says I'll watch a while from work, need an hour till home. Alright, okay. Which gun is that? That is actually the Bombard, I think. I think this is, referencing other photos, this should actually be the proper Bombard from the proper model. I think the Lafette just got switched out. Chimera chassis? No, I don't think so. You look here, we have the, we do actually have the entry port for the driver of, for example, a Basilisk or a Wyvern or something. I think this is actually an artillery Lafette. I just don't think it's the Bombard ones. Weird. I didn't really get around with this either, to this either. I think back when I bought it, it was called a Basilisk on eBay, a Basilisk proxy. Didn't know what I was getting into, but I needed a Basilisk, so I just bought it. Now I'm finding out it is actually a Bombard. It's also way before 3D printing got, you know, widely accessible. So I think this also is not 3D printed, but actually proper Games Workshop product, as the McDonald's CEO would call it. I gave it a good wash. As you can see, it was really dusty. Even after the wash, there's a lot of dust still settling on the miniature. Even thought about maybe giving it a reprime. Didn't do that, because I didn't feel like it. Some things are missing. I don't know why. I'd have to ask the previous owner that. But yeah. Oh yeah, here as well. This is also glued on. This eagle. See? Because on the other side, there is the skull. I never built one of these miniatures before. I only bought them like pre-built off of eBay, so I don't know. Looking at a Bombard picture right now. Gun and chassis are off. Gun and chassis are off. Dang! But yeah, you're right. I think something is missing here, though. I think... yeah, I'd have to... Bombard is on a Lehman Rust chassis? Really? Dang, didn't know. Okay. Either way, let me quickly check the most recent polls. As you guys know, I did have you take a poll on what color scheme you wanted to have, and I think actually the urban one won. Where is it? Poll. Wow, 37 votes. A lot of people voted in the end. I'm really happy that I'm really glad that I put this up on YouTube as well. If something is missing, then melt it a bit and add battle damage. Good idea. But never mind, model is model. Doesn't matter if it's original. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm playing in any, like, you know, Games Workshop ornament or whatever. So, the poll is rather clear. Hang on, let me quickly look it up on YouTube as well. Hang on, let me take my microphone actually with me. Come on. There we are. Channel. Now, if we look at my face back, there we are. So, I had you guys vote. 37 voices cast. Very, very nice. Thank you very much for the huge participation. And yeah, as you can see, the urban with 38% actually won. Now, I did say that I would count both the Discord votes as well as the, you know, YouTube votes, to just have them together in one big count. But I think if we go into Coloring Workshop, I didn't actually know the votes on Discord were timed. That was, like, I didn't want to have it that way, but okay. But if we look over there as well, the urban won as well. So actually, I think least imaginative one won. I really look forward to painting it in this style, in the Imperial Auxilia, the Imperial Fist Auxilia style. Also was kind of looking forward to the Iron Warrior style. Maybe not as much, because the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh, dang, okay, what am I really doing after all? But yeah, you know, game is game, and the game is good. Let's head back to the actual model. And get some more War Thunder music playing. Alrighty. What do I want to do? Oh yeah, painting stream. Again, it's been so long. It feels like so long. And apparently a lot of YouTubers would agree with me on that, that if you don't stream for like a week already, or more, you completely forget how to do anything. But I love how the main gun is the same as in the Typhon Heavy Siege tank. Oh really, is it? Huh. Didn't know. Watching longer from work, got 14 new orders in. Dang. Alright, man. Good luck with that. Why do you struggle to get this stream to run? Had to update my drivers, then the audio didn't want to work, then the encoder didn't want to do what I commanded it to do. All that good stuff. Then my camera didn't want to get recognized. Oh, I tell ya. And only because I was like, it's going to be fine. I'm gonna take a quick bite from my lunch before starting the stream. Okay. How did we start in the end? I do want to do it very similar to what we did with the hang on, let me get it actually, with the foxhole Cow Rocks. There we are. So I want to do it a little bit like this puppy right here. I think the color is quite nice, of course, with more insignia, more detail, a little bit better weathering, all that good stuff. Also very similar to the wyvern that we painted before this one. Okay, we have to start with a rather dark overbrush, I think. So I need my big dry brush. Oh, there we are. And a lot of paint. I'm gonna start with the Fang and Macrack blue, actually. With, I think, a little bit of black mixed into it as well. And then just hoping that that all works out. How have you guys been? It's been so long. I'm really itching to paint more miniatures, but I really can't. I have to focus on my studies. Though in recent times I've actually made quite some good progress, so at least on that front I don't feel like I'm lagging behind anymore. And it is also very useful to actually restrain myself from painting. And instead, you know, only worry about the planning, only worry about, you know, getting my skills up, like editing and painting as well, if I can, if I find the time. And you know, every now and then I do also get the chance to paint a little bit, and then I record that, of course. So the videos are still getting produced, I'm just not, you know, able to put them out properly. Good, busy with work and kids, but happy to see you back. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Alright. What do we want to do? I think I'll start with the paint that I have on my brush right now. Simply because I'm thinking, you know, I don't want to just wipe it off. I'm frugal. I'm a frugal man. There was a story I once heard about, you know, two lumberjacks, and they cut lumber each day. And, you know, you had one lumberjack who worked every day, the entire day, just cutting wood, splitting the logs and everything. And his mate, he, in the middle of the day, just went home for a couple of hours, and then came back to, you know, continue his work. And yet at the end of the day, the guy who went home had more logs split than his companion who worked the entire day. And when his buddy asked him, how you do this, how can it be that although I'm working all day, you're finished, you know, you actually achieve more than I. What are you doing when you're going home? The lumberjack replied, the second one, when I'm home, I take the time to sharpen my axe. And because his axe was sharper and was not getting dull like the other guys, like the first ones, he had was a lot more effective with his work. And I feel like, there are some good lessons to take away there. And I do feel like the second lumberjack who, unfortunately, I don't do this on my own volition, but, I have to take a break. I have to take my time. And during that time, I just take care to sharpen my axe. So when I'm back, we'll go in really hard. Hey, Elio! Hey, man! How you doing? Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Abraham Lincoln. Ooh, well said. Hell yeah. Yep. And I think that's good. That made this whole thing, this whole involuntary break I'm taking a lot more bearable for me. And I'm using the time also a lot more effectively, so that when I am back, the projects are hopefully a lot better. The quality of the videos will have improved. And until then, I'm still streaming, of course. And I wanna just improve the streaming experience as much as I can. So I'm looking into ways to give you guys more ways to interact with the stream if you want. Maybe change my setup around a little bit to make it a little bit more interesting. Of course, the ever-present issue of audio. All of that shall be taken care of. Shall be improved upon. So that even though I'm not putting out as much content, the content that I do put out to put out hopefully is a lot better than it used to be. Or at least is, very decent. Oh, that was wrong. Just slathering on the paint. This bombard, as I told you guys, I did buy it as a basilisk proxy, because a new one was just too expensive, and back then this was like the only miniature on eBay that resembled a basilisk. So I bought it, and I have played it as a basilisk ever since in my games. This gun has brought down some mighty foes, I tell ya. I think it killed Gilliman twice, sniped away some really heavy armor, and Devastator Space Marines, and Havocs from the Death Guard. Really, really cool thing. Used it as a Medusa. Medusa as a basilisk with a short barrel. Oh, yeah! Medusa. Sure. That's a good idea. Haven't heard that gun descriptor in quite a while. Are the rules for that online though? Because it is not in the Imperial, like in the regular codex. I guess it's part of the Imperial Armor series, is it not? Yeah. The fun thing about the Basilisk, I think, is always the range, and I'm really happy that they don't nerf it. I like to be able to fire this miniature gun across the whole room if I wanted to. It's always been such a good meme. I really like it. I'm always imagining the kind of apocalyptic games with multiple parties involved that you could have with ranges like that. And of course, indirect fire. And the shells themselves hit like a truck. So good. The Imperial armor. Ah. Basilisk was a 240-inch range with strength 3 AP, 9 AP3. Medusa is 36-inch with strength 10 though. But yeah. Interesting idea. Maybe I actually need to look into that a little bit more. Has anybody of you played the World of Tanks? I'm not sponsored by them, this would be a great way to introduce them. But, you know, a buddy of mine really likes to play that game. Funnily enough, he is also part of the German army, like he is enlisted in the German army. Yeah, he really likes to play that game, and I played for a while as well. But it's just gotten so grindy. And I think that game especially has just like this one quit moment where you get shot down from nowhere. Yeah. Medusa was more of a bunker breaker. Alright, I see. I mean, that's cool. If you say to yourself, well, I don't need the range, I'd rather have that extra strength. Though, a little bit lower AP, that's, I don't know. Doesn't the Basilisk also have like, multiple, like, doesn't it strike multiple wounds as well? Dude, I'll gladly invite you to my next Apocalypse game. Yeah, Medusa was more of a bunker breaker. I see. Hell yeah, man. I actually really need to get my game up. I need to invite Theinrich for a couple of like small games. And then we'll start filming and, you know, making content out of those. I think that's... there's so much cool shit you can do with that. Always wanted to do that. Streaming at this hour? Yeah. Girlfriend is out the house and I need to grab the opportunity. But yeah. The thing is, again, I need to, it's already bad enough that I don't want to bother her, although she says that she is not bothered by me. But in recent weeks, she actually has to write a couple of, like, important assignments for her university. So it's, you know, I pay extra attention to not bother her when she's writing. So I have to take opportunities like these when she's at work. And she'll have like dance lessons after this, so we'll be here for a couple of hours. Am I the one who likes to call space orcs instead of orcs? Are you the only one? A good question. No, I usually call them orcs. But I'm pretty sure I've called them space orcs before. I mean, I call the Eldar just space elves. Because I'm just like, you know, that's what they are. So the lower the AP, the better? Oh yeah? Really? Dude, orcs were called space orcs years ago, it was normal? Really? That must have been a couple of years ago, because I didn't... I'm pretty sure I've never heard them called that. Back when I started. Can I... hang on, is this bright enough? Better be. Yeah. I've actually not finished the tank as well, the Spartan that we built last time. Couldn't get to it, and I'm also not quite sure what I want to do with it and how I want to approach it. Because maybe I do want to have it in like certain stages of disassembly for easier painting. Not quite sure. Also, hello there. Oh yeah, hey Lunas. Where are my manners? Excuse me. Ah, yeah. go. Is it part of the soundtrack? Apparently. Alright. Sometimes I don't, I'm so invested in talking and painting at the same time that I forget to pay attention to the music. So if there is like a weird change in tone or something, or you'd rather have something else be played, then make sure to let me know. Sometimes I forget. This paint job, like this primer is so crusty. I don't know what's happening here, to be honest. Keep forgetting that AP works different in New Age 40k. I mean, more AP is always better, no? Because it's just armor piercing, right? So the more AP you have, the better it is against heavily armored enemies. Or am I missing something? And I think it's been like that since 8th edition, no? But yeah, there is so much cool stuff that I can still do with my miniatures. And most of that, and that will be a real whiplash, I think, will be filmed in a new flat. Because my girlfriend and I are, preparing to move in a couple of months. Close to the end of the year, or rather the end of summer. And I'm already, packing up miniatures where I know, that either are already painted and are just here for display, or miniatures that are, where I know that I won't be able to paint them in the upcoming months. Currently, I'm just mainly lining up all my airbrush projects, so I get to use that tool and get more familiar with it. Or some certain miniatures that I want to use that on. This is really punishing work for my brush, but it needs to be. I think I'm not too rough on it. So AP3 would ignore armor 3, AP2 would ignore armor 2. Oh really? Oh right, okay. I see. Now I see what you mean. The lower the AP, the better. I see. Okay. I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. In the new age, the Medusa should have more AP than the Basilisks then. If it is a bunker breaker. Tester says, I wish a guard could still field Colossus. What is a Colossus? I think I've never heard that weapon name before. I wish the guard could still field white shields, man. Sorry, am I peeking the mic too hard? Colossus is a tank? Oh yeah? Hang on. I'ma look that up now. We're done with the more intricate parts, all the, bad to reach crevices and stuff anyway. So why not have a little look? Test with a goated profile picture says there's a Colossus. Sadly a one-off tank. Okay, could my webcam please stay in place? And not crop me out? Okay. Right. Imperial Armor Volume 1. So Testas is talking from a while ago. Dang. Lost a siege tank. This thing? I thought this was the Bombard. Hang on. Whoops. I thought this was the Bombard, no? Colossus Siege Mortar. Colossus Bombard. 4th edition. 4th edition, I see. Okay. I thought basically this thing I thought was basically the gun that I had more or less. But yeah, now that I'm seeing the pictures, there are some there are some huge differences there. Colossus tank, bombard mortar is weapon. Okay, I see. Interesting. I see. But yeah, in that case, I think I agree. I'm just happy that we still have the Basilisk. Such a cool miniature. All like a line of Basilisks is always so cool. There we go. But yeah, more than like tanks being left out or no longer viable, I actually find it sad that we have only gotten more specialized, you know, infantry units instead of, you know, keeping the white shields or the conscripts. Conscript spam was so fun. With a bunch of officers and then, you know, using the stratagem to put them both, to put like 2 units of conscripts together. So fun. So cool. It's a forge build model, so that's why it's not in the codex. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Let me switch brushes. We don't need this big brush anymore. Now we switch to a huge brush. The dry brush. Let me quickly mix up some more paint. Again, we're using Macrack Blue, the Fang in roughly 1:1, and then a dash of just regular acrylic black for our dark undertone. Okay. Wash that brush out. If you have time, check for the Praetor missile launcher. Praetor missile launcher. I think that one I know. I know by heart, actually. Hang on. Imperial Guard, Warhammer. Praetor missile launcher. Yes! Hell yeah. This thing sparks joy. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That one I would actually like to have in my collection as well. So cool. Steel Striker says, I honestly want to make a Dominus Siege Bombard. Most pictures I've seen are triple barrel artillery piece. Hang on, we're gonna check out this thing a little more, because this one I really like. Isn't this also like the chassis for the 30k troop transporter? Like the big one? Looks similar from the top of my head now. Ooh, 3D printed one. Smart. Yes, nice. Bingo, at least I recognize my tanks once I see them. Okay. And what does Steel Striker say? I honestly want to make a Dominus Siege Bombard. Dominus Siege Bombard. Oh, hell yeah. Is this a Baneblade chassis? The Crassus transport. Ah, bingo, okay. With the terminology, I'm not 100% on board, but at least I recognize, you know. What the fuck, dude? Ooh, okay. Yeah. This is precisely what I thought. Oh, hell yeah. That's kit bashed. I don't think they ever released a model for it. Yeah, that's fair. That's what I'm getting as well. But I mean, at least the kit bashes are somewhat consistent. Here it is the smaller version. Oh, Rice is Rice also here now. Nice. Yeah. So the missile launcher is definitely a, something that I'd like to get for myself as well. I'd like to have a proper bombard as well, though that's not as high on my list of priorities. Well, priorities, Bombard turret placement. Interesting. But yeah. Yeah, that's a big boy. Why? Like, what engagement would you even need that for? That would probably go so hard if you'd play like an apocalypse game with a bunch of guys, and you're just saying, "Alright, guys, I'll be your Astra Militarum player. You guys have to provide like tanks and shit. I'll just focus on artillery and like screening and stuff. So you bring this piece as your centerpiece, and a bunch of basilisks, medusas, wyverns, hydras, all that good stuff." That is so cool, dude. Dang. How many guns should it have? Yes. Yeah, they're like huge, absolutely massive guns. Holy shit. This stream, Jan, is very perfectly timed for me. This stream, Jan, is very perfectly timed for me right now. Yeah, really? Nice. Cool. Cool. Head back to painting. Alrighty. You're describing my last epoch game? Nice. I've never actually seen a proper apocalypse game. I've only seen like, pictures, and the rest just, came to mind, especially when reading weapon descriptions and weapon rules. I think the ultimate artillery is the Minotaur artillery tank. Well, one you could also field in a game at least. Fair enough. That one is also good. Hang on. Am I thinking of the right tank? My gosh. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah. So cool. Heck, bro. That beast in like a Krieg army. Oh yeah. Of course, the Iron Warrior version, sure. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to definitely switch out the tracks for wheels on my tower boxes. Heretic one, nice. Great weathering. Dang. Love that thing. The Minotaur shoots backwards? Oh really? Oh yeah! I see, okay. Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, please post the pictures in the Discord if you want to, I'd love to see. Alright. And now it's time for some different music, that's okay. That's quite enough. It's on a Malkador chassis. Dang, really? Wow, that's a modified Malkador if I've ever seen one. Ooh, I've got some ethereal Justin Bieber for us. But I think no. Not today. Okay. Can I get something that, I won't get my ass beat over? Usually that's alright, but I don't feel like fantasy right now. Alright. Alright. Let's get back to painting. More line, not ever. There we go. Okay. Hang on. I'm in a severe depressive episode currently, so I mean it when I say this. Extremely welcome and appreciated currently. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. Always remember, that too shall pass. Happy to have you here, man. What are you currently working on? Are you done with all your commissions? Are your customers happy? There we go. Okay, now for the overbrush, just as we did with the other miniatures. Actually, not a dry brush method. Moistening up the bristles of our usual dry brush. Did I never clean this guy? Oh no. That's not good. How does work go on your thesis? Pretty good. It's not, you know, it's... It feels so pretentious to say, but it's not a thesis, it's a masterwork. But I think that is pretty much the official title. It goes. We did have a lot of, you know, March is... Littered might be the wrong word, but I can't think of anything else right now. So March for us is littered with birthdays and social gatherings and stuff, which has really been, you know, made it hard to concentrate on, for her assignments, and for me, my diploma. But apart from that, it's going quite well, I think. I'm almost done designing my characters and like being happy with the design as well. Now it's just a little bit of aesthetic for the world building. And I think then I'll also go ahead and sketch out my, you know, the pictures like I want to have them. My main bottleneck right now is just training. I need more, I feel like I need more training in certain, you know, painting techniques, and I'm also rather bad in composition. I've really nailed down faces recently, which has been, you know, really reassuring. And also like painting the same face, you know, more than once, and having it look the same. So all of those studies have gone rather well. Now I'll just move on to like expressions and stuff, though that shouldn't be too hard. I imagine I've never really struggled with that. And I think if I log in there, that should be fine. I think I'm rather optimistic again when it comes to my timetable. Though, you know, barely, I think. I think everything will work out, though I am on still a rather tight schedule. Which has been, you know, another sobering realization. Because that just means I can't come back to YouTube as easily, right? Commissions, yeah. As if anyone is interested in commissioning me of all people, they chop around. I'm going for the top 5 regardless of my quality and pricing. Really? Even I had, I mean, sure, I haven't had a commission in quite a while. But nah. I mean, you did have that one Grey Knight commission, no? Everything going quite well with that? Was your customer happy? I don't remember the details anymore. And you know, the market is, I think, a little bit slow at the moment. The miniatures themselves are so expensive. The reasons my commission prices have gone up so much are twofold. Once, you know, on the one hand, the miniatures themselves cost more, so now I think Etsy is also, you know, charging more per commission. So I need to, you know, be a little bit more cutthroat with my pricing to still have something over for myself. And on the other hand, it also is like such an inconvenience for me right now to sit down and paint miniatures. This is quite fun, don't get me wrong. But I mean, like, as like a paid commission to sit down for a commission, that I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll slap on an inconvenience fee, which is rather expensive, but, you know, would definitely get me motivated. But yeah. Also, I'd feel like a little bit of a chump, you know, accepting commissions and telling you guys that I don't have time for videos and stuff. Like, nah. We'll be so back once October rolls around, because then I'm done with my diploma, then I'm moved over to my homeland again. And then I'll have a new flat with hopefully one extra room to have all this work in. And then we'll be really going ham. That's going to be insane. I can promise you that. I finished that long ago. Guys seemed happy enough, I suppose. I don't know, people don't talk to me. Oh, really? Oh. I once had a commission. A really good guy, really nice bloke. But after that, he just kept messaging me for, you know, with like pictures of what he painted afterwards. He was like, oh yeah, look at what I painted here, and this was my last game. Like, not even, you know, necessarily featuring the miniatures that I painted for him, which I think would have made sense. And I was like a little bit caught off guard. I was like, hey man, why are you... That looks great and all, but why are you messaging me via Etsy? The type is fairly common, at least in my experience. Oh, really? Interesting. Fair enough. I also had a guy threaten legal action because his miniatures came in a beaten up shape through UPS. And I was like, legal action? No, I said. And then that was it. Messiah! Just people being lonely, wanting to share their stuff. I mean, that's true, that's true. I don't, like... maybe it came out a little bit wrong. I didn't, like... I didn't want to make fun of the guy. Again, I was just really, like, a little bit taken aback by the fact. So, basically, I always separate really strictly between, like, business relationships and friend relationships. So, for example, I'd never, I don't know, message my local baker a picture of the nice brunch I had with his, you know, rolls. I don't know, I think they just enjoy speaking to someone who's equally or more experienced than them. I mean, sure, yeah. Legal action, really? Oh, yeah. He was furious, and he didn't want to pay. And back then I said, alright then, don't pay. Which cost me, unfortunately, in the end, 400 euros. But to his chagrin, I also shopped around every single artist that I could find, and I told them, hey man, if this guy comes to you with miniatures that are beaten up and just need a little bit of repairing, make sure to charge 400 bucks for it. And one of the guys actually came back to me and said like, hey man, he called, I charged 400 bucks. I was like, let's go. No, Jan, I followed you there, I didn't think it came up wrong. Okay, good. But yeah. After that, I always make people sign, like, I'm very specific with everything, that I have everything in writing, and always get my money beforehand. Because I did offer him to, you know, he could just send it back, I'll take care of the shipping, and I'll just repaint them for him, but I didn't want to do that as well. So I was like, alright. So he wants to save 400 bucks. No way, Jose. Don't get me wrong, I'm on your side. That, I mean, it isn't the right way to do it, but it's probably the reason for why. Oh, no, I get that, I get that. I mean, I have worked in what we call in Germany Einzelhandelskaufmann. So, you know, just a regular clerk at the store behind, like, a cash register. I sold tickets for a small boat cruise. And I had loads of people just come up to me, ask me, like, one question, and then basically tell their whole life story. So I get where it comes from. It's okay, and again, it's okay. It's just like, hey man, maybe hit up the local scat club or something. Oh, yep. Working in retail? Oh yeah. I didn't remember the words. I mean, it wasn't really retail. Again, I sold tickets for like a small boat cruise in the harbor. And because business was rather slow, it only like really picked up right before a cruise when all of the people would come to me, of course. And so during these rather slow times, people would just come up to me and tell me everything about them. So that's also something I realized. Back in the day, back in those days, I had just, you know, started playing Skyrim on, I think, a PS4, I think, or PS3 or something. And I once told my friends, like, the most unrealistic part of the game is people just stopping in the street and telling you their life story or what they're, you know, doing right now, or what they want to do, all of their aspirations and stuff. And I was like, who goes up to a stranger and tells them just that? And then I started working in retail. And I was like, ah, it makes sense now. Oh shit, I think that one goes. We have a customer that comes in for bottles, and or every now and then. And God, the conversation always devolves into Freemasons and other conspiracy stuff. That guy and another extremely exhausting. Yeah, I get that. We also had a fair share of customers that we just said. We had like one taxi driver who would always just kept on rambling. And we were like, hey man, just grab your tea and... because I also worked in a tea house. Alright guy, alright sir, enjoy your tea. You know, stuff like that. Some people are just very social, or socially awkward. Yeah, there is socially awkward and awkwardly social. And, you know, there are just these two categories, I feel like. Ah, come on, do you really need to mix up some more paint? No, don't make me do this. Completely different hue. Oh, that's okay. There'll be another overbrush with a brighter color after this. And they will tie it together a lot more nicely again. I need more paint though, unfortunately. Where's the black? There it is. Also, I mentioned there's a lady I'm interested in, right? I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Oh yeah, I think you did. I think you did, yeah. A couple of weeks ago. How is it going? Did you show her your Imperial Bombard already? Your heavy ordnance? Oh, there we go. Gotcha, bro. Jan! Yeah, sorry. Come on, just a little bit of paint. I don't need much. I don't need much. The underside of the tank is like nobody sees it anyways. That doesn't mean it shouldn't have a Bodenplatte, but still. Okay, it's put my coffee on the on the desk. Thanks, Jan. Let me get my meter-long calendar to smack you with. Hey, I only make jokes that I know my girlfriend would laugh about as well. I say as my girlfriend is away and can't verify that. Well. Still got it, baby. Still making my audience laugh. Yeah, okay, come on. Yada yada yada, good enough. I want to go to the next coat. Get rid of Macragge Blue. And get ready for the Fang. The Fang and Thunderhawk Blue again. Hang on, I need to mix that stuff up. Give me a quick second. I think that's way too bright. Much of black in there. Just a little bit. We don't want to get too light right away. So when's the wedding? Hey! You're already sounding like my father. That would fall under chat rule number 4. Personal questions that I don't feel comfortable just answering, okay? My girlfriend and I are LARPers, and last year we had to write a song about a couple of dwarves, you know, and the way that dwarves court one another. And my girlfriend is a very big fan of the dwarven courtship, in the sense that she too would like me to present her with 7 heartfelt gifts to win her love, be it gemstone, be it nice cheese, be it other stuff like a nice song. So yeah, I have to go actually full bird mode and learn how to dance, build a house, sing, stuff like that. Jan, I am your father. The hell you are. Driving home now? Meet back in an hour or so? Alright man, I'll be here. And drive safe. But yeah, no, nothing interesting like that. We only met 3 times in the past month. Though the last encounter, she hugged me goodbye, so yeah, nice. Taking it slow and steady, very, very nice. And you know, quite nice. Hope everything continues to go well. Alright. Time for some more. Coding Star Wars is now forbidden? No. Only if you're using Star Wars to spew disinformation. Oh yeah. What a nice word. I'm just, you know, being very rough with it. Just trying to work in some texture. I don't even know how light this will dry. If you're even going to see a difference. That's what I'm also not so careful with it yet. Just want to see how it all looks in the end. I remember we had this very same thing happen with the Taurox as well. That like 2 or 3 coats. I was just really only barely making any progress at all. I hope this is not the same tale retold. Oh, by the way, my air fryer broke a rib. Ah, dang. Yeah. Don't have an air fryer. Though our microwave caught fire. Oh yeah. That was something. I was like, dang. My microwave is steaming the shit out of this rice. And then I opened it and was like, oh shit. I don't know how that happened. I don't know. Pulled the cord, let it cool down for a while. Plugged it back in, you know, the life. Still works. Hey Jan, are you intending on finishing this this stream? I think so, yeah. We don't have 10 hours like I would usually plan in, you know, these days. But I do plan on being rather quick with it, or at least getting like 80% done or something. So I'm being once again rather rough with it. I'm not sure how detailed everything is gonna be in the end. Why the fuck do you microwave rice? It was cold, alright? It was from the day before. I want to have some warm rice. Is that too much to ask for? I had the I had the Brink of Art special. Just cooked rice with some curry and soy sauce. It's all I need to survive, baby. That meal alone, together with some bread and salt, like a medieval peasant, took me through the first 1.5 years of university. Then I met my girlfriend and discovered actual food. Then challenge you to finish this, and we'll try to finish a Space Marine this stream as well. Hell yeah. Alright. Legionary to Canis! Well, haven't seen you in a while, donating 690 shekels. Nice. Hey Legionary, how are you doing? Thank you very much for the donation. Hang on, I need to... At first I thought this looked a little bit quirky, but now it's actually just annoying. There we go. I guess. Now we can see me a little bit better. Yeah, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? It's been really tough recently to find spots to stream. Because my girlfriend now has, you know, holidays as well. Or rather is on vacation as well. And I need to, you know, I take extra care of not bothering her with anything. Okay, yeah, that dried way too light. I think I'll just move on right away with Thunderhawk Blue. Is that the same hue though? Yeah, I think so, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. I'm good painting my Silent King before enlisting to the army in April. Oh, dang. Gotta be able to watch Adepticon before, luckily. Alright. You're enlisting? Mandatory service, I'm guessing. Right. Stay safe, man. You know? Yeah, mandatory, I thought so. Yep. That corner of the world sure has been shaken up over the past couple of months, so, you know, take care of yourself, man. How long is it? I forgot how long you guys have to serve. Alright. Okay, now it should be a bit brighter. Only barely as well, huh? It's going to have a very splotchy texture, actually, but I think this still looks... Does it look good? I don't think so. I think I need to switch brushes, actually. I think I need to switch to a actual dry brush now. Because this one is too wet, too moist to work in the way that I intend for him to work. I'll dab off the excess paint now and then I'll go. Oh, so the anything frontline, I'm in a course for people with autism, so it's gonna be more sideline. Oh, right, okay. 2.8 or 3 years. Dang, that's a lot. Holy shit. Alright. That's quite a lot of mandatory service, man. I mean, yeah, but still. Well, good to know you're not, you know, in the thick of it. And again, still, stay safe, you know. These days, you never know. I remember turning 18 and immediately, like, the first people to congratulate me were the Bundeswehr. They immediately sent me a letter saying, like, hey man, wanna sign up? No. I was like, no, I could just decline. But now they want to do it mandatory again. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Our leaders are not necessarily confidence-inspiring. Need a different dry brush. Hang on. There we go. Got me some Warhammer books for the little free time I'll have. Alright, that's nice. Oh, the Warhammer books have gotten more expensive. Have you guys noticed that as well? I've recently wanted to buy myself the Dropside Massacre, which is a Horus Heresy novel. Because I was like, ooh, I'd like to hear from that firsthand. And then I looked at the price tag, and already, you know, Black Library books, in my opinion, are already overpriced with 15 euros in Germany. And then I looked at the back and it said 20 bucks for a regular novel. Are you guys crazy? You especially have to what he built himself on avoiding war and more negotiations instead of? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we still had, like in Germany, we still had mandatory military service till like a couple of years ago. It's actually not that long. Not that long ago that it was, you know, disabled. But, well, recruitment numbers have been dropping. And people are getting a little bit nervous. But I'm just like, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to change the topic because I feel it's getting a little bit too political here. The last thing I want to say to that, though, is that if we don't have some, you know, like some better leaders pop up instead of our BlackRock manager merds, I'll decline. I'd rather go to jail. It's like 10 bucks for Horus Heresy books and 25 for the others, I think. Dang. That's good. Nah, in Germany it's a blanket 20 bucks for any Black Library book. Of course, you know, you have special editions and stuff, but the average is 20 bucks. Which I think is, let's be honest, a little bit outrageous. The German dub has not been good, like the translation into German. There are always mistakes, there are always, like, from the language, from stuff, from the Rechtschreibung, you know, there are mistakes in the words. And it's just not good. And to be honest as well, like, there is this meme, I'm pretty sure you know it as well, of a guy who has read all, like, 52 or 56 Horus Heresy books. And he was asked, so how were them? Were they good? And he's just like, no. And I kind of agree. Like, let's be honest, most Warhammer books are decent. Are decent. They're competently written. They're not good. It can't get worse than Merkel. Oh man. I don't know. Merz is not too hot either. I found my Hatsune Miku stickers, yippee. I imagining you saying yippee in like this meme voice, you know, yippee! Which is actually from a German meme. Meine Mama hat mir erlaubt, Cola zu trinken und Fortnite zu spielen. Das ist der beste Tag ever. Yippee! So or something like that. Like Black Larry suffers from too many cooks in the kitchen, simple as. I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. I think like you could say that when addressing like the overall stuff, which I guess sure. I think just like even individually, the books are like even flagship series like the Dawn of Fire series, right? The last novel that I read from the Dawn of Fire series, which was like the one where they are on this night world, like not night as in darkness, but night as in, you know, the guy in steel plate, or in our case, the Big Mac. When they were on that night world, and I thought it was like okay, but it wasn't like, it wasn't very good. I love that meme, my friends hate it for some reason, I don't know why. Want Exterminatus, please? No, that's a great meme. I love that meme as well. It's so funny. It's always so funny to see German memes in like an English environment. It's always so surreal. It's like looking at your own language through a different lens again. I'm upset that they don't reprint books like Wolfsbane and Buried Dagger because I really prefer physical books to audiobooks. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, man. I mean, they did bring back a lot of, like... They did bring back the entirety of fantasy in terms of miniatures, if we're talking about that. So maybe one day they'll have like some anniversary reason or whatever to bring back those books in printed form. Who knows? But yeah, I usually prefer physical books as well. Although, once again, as we're now thinking about moving, I'm dreading more moving all of these books. Silver Scratch Build Production, hello there, where did you get that beautiful tank at? Hey man, haven't heard from you in quite a while, how's it going? How's your channel going? This boy I bought off eBay years ago. I don't know how long it's been. It's probably, I'm pretty sure it's like my third Imperial Guard miniature ever. So yeah, it's been quite a while. And it's from eBay as well, so it came like this. It came fully built. I have no idea where the stuff, you know, what the previous owner thought with that. Again, a Big Mac versus a guy in a Big Mac. I mean, yeah, yeah, but yeah. I think that was, I don't know. I think just talking about it from like a plot and like narrative perspective, I didn't think that book was particularly well written. It was okay. But again, if I always have to gamble if a book is good or not, and I pay 15 to 20 bucks per book, like, nah, man. Currently, I'm just rereading old stuff or buying books off of eBay. Like, in what dystopian world have we ended up that even Warhammer books have become too expensive? At least in my mind. Like, damn. Like, just take my money, bruh. It isn't what they want. Isn't that what they want? Yeah, you think so, right? But they also know that they get you with other stuff. I think Games Workshop is actually like operating on just such a big scale that even if a couple thousand people came to them and said like, hey, we'd like to have this book reprinted, they could come to the conclusion that it's either too much work or not enough profit. Because again, you know, we have to remember Games Workshop is the richest company in Great Britain. Like, by far, not even close. So yeah, they're literally just built different. Chill's okay. Me, on the other hand, I'm recovering from stroke. Oh, really? Dang, I'm sorry to hear that. My neighbor recently had a stroke as well, and he's recovering as well. So yeah, that's... Dang. Alright. Best wishes, man. Hopefully it gets better soon. I'm very lucky that so far nobody in my family in recent memory, like as far as I can remember, had a stroke. It's rather uncommon for us. However, my family is prone to, you know, to a diabetic lifestyle. Let's just call it like that. We do like to eat and drink. So I've had a couple of stuff in that regard. But yeah, not like stroke or anything. But it is rough. Stay healthy? Oh yeah. Oh shit, fast recovery. I think because they print in the UK instead of China. I don't even know that. I think you're probably right. I think they do want to have that made in the UK label stuff, whatever. But still, man. I think they need to have that as well. Wasn't that like the big reason why Curse City failed or something? Because of new regulations, and then they couldn't label stuff as they needed to, and then they weren't allowed to sell it and wouldn't allowed to order it and stuff like that. I've heard different reasons as to why Curse City failed so miserably. Which is a shame. Which reminds me that I also still have Dark Water unopened. So much stuff. I was so optimistic for this year, only to now realize that I don't have the time. Quite naive of me, to be honest. Okay, we are getting brighter. Hang on. What is this music, by the way? Okay. Alright. Okay. I think I might need to switch the brush again. Rather happy with this color so far. We are closing in on this colors, but this is still brighter than that, so I need to know what I did to mix this up. I think it is Thunderhawk Blue, but I'm rather sure there's something else in there as well. Maybe Lothan Blue and some Ulthuan Grey maybe, or at least Administratum Grey. Do I even still have that? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh no, it's Dawnstone. Close enough. Maybe then all 4 colors. Before I do that though, I'd like to have a little look-see look. Because Silver Scratch production. What? Oh shit. Oh shit. Is the stream quality worse than usual? YouTube gives me a warning. Gotta look into that more. But yeah, I wanted to check out Silver Scratch build production, how far he's come so far. Oh dang, that's not bad at all, man. 273 subs. So let me quickly pull this guy up. Because back in the day when I started streaming, he was one of my earliest viewers, and back in the day he talked about some real big projects that he had lined up, like Titans and everything. Kidnapping challenge? The fuck? What? Yo, you're your stuff has changed a little bit. Stop motion animation Call of Duty, dang. Alright, a lot of stuff. A lot of videos. 173, so it means a lot of shorts as well, yeah, dang. Oh no, huh? Really? 173? Oh, okay, that's not too much. But yeah, great stuff. 3,000 views in one video. Alright. Crazy stuff. Yeah, congrats, man. Glad to see that this seemed to have worked out. Back we are. Alright. Seems alright with me, I don't know. Okay. I don't either. I'll have to look into that. I had to, roughly before, right around before I started streaming, OBS hit me with a couple of error messages. So, because I couldn't locate the problem, I, apart from updating my drivers, I just switched the video encoder, and I think YouTube didn't like that very much. So probably after the stream I'll have to look into the settings a bit deeper. Can't say I want to upgrade the streaming experience and then have a worse streaming experience. Okay. Speaking about, rough Games Workshop pricing, I recently have seen a video about a guy, talking about the actual cost of, like, printing miniatures. And he was like, yeah, if you take out, so, like, paraphrasing, right? Taking out the cost of acquiring a 3D printer for yourself, the overall cost of printing for example, a Krieg miniature with a rather decent quality as well was around like 30 cents, roughly. 30 cents, maybe 40, roughly in that ballpark, right? And when I heard that, that was quite sobering for me, because now I can't look at any Games Workshop releases, and really get excited for them, because they bring out, like, for example, the Titus pack, right? Titus and Friends, I'll call it. And they charge, I think, $94 for it. Around 80 euros, I think. Maybe 85 or anything. And again, I can't get excited over that, because I know there are already so many people who have already made, like, proxies and are just 3D printing them at home for a fraction of the cost. So yeah, that definitely has convinced me to maybe look into that more. Yeah, but the plastic is much more comfortable for most to work with new people and such. Yeah, that's true. The Games Workshop plastic is a lot more, like, it feels a lot better, and definitely is a lot more premium. So I probably wouldn't print myself, like, infantry models. At least not so far. But for example, I've been thinking about maybe printing myself some tanks. For example, rhinos and stuff. Or chimeras. Really have to think about that, though. Lilia Armory says, woo, converted Colossus that matches the 5th edition Codex art better than the Forgewood model. Oh, really? Again, I got this bad boy from eBay years ago, right when I started the hobby. Right when I switched from fantasy, which was killed off back in the day, and switched to 40k. This was like my 3rd model or something. And I used it as a Basilisk proxy. So you're saying it's a converted Colossus? Maybe. We just, had a look at what a Colossus looked like. So maybe that's it then, yeah. But the gun seems to be a little bit different though. We have a look here. The glosses that I saw were a lot more, like, were a lot smoother than this. I couldn't really pinpoint it to what this is. But yeah, this should be like a basilisk chassis or, you know, the regular propelled Lafette chassis. Alright, last coat of dry brushing. It's the cannon of the Shadow Sword. Oh, really? Hang on. Really? Holy shit, hang on. Let me quickly look that up. Ba-ba. Bingo! There it is! The support arms are from the basilisks. There we go. There we go. The base cannon. It's the base cannon without the long barrel. Okay. So it's like the... Isn't there like a different tank, like Storm Sword, which uses like the short barrel or something? Storm Sword. Yeah, roughly. Right. Alright, there we go. Okay. There we go. I've been wondering where that is from. Okay, thank you very much. Finally. My god, people are starting to call me... People are gonna start calling me a fake fan for not recognizing the barrel of the gun. Oh no. What? He calls himself an Imperial Guard commander and can't recognize his barrels? Alright, thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't clean my brushes well enough. Damn. Can you guys even see that? Oh yeah. That gets used in a lot of conversions, so don't feel bad. Thank you very much. What brings you here, Lilia Armory? I want to see what kind of wonky bombard is getting painted here. I did put it up to vote which scheme we wanted to have. And surprisingly, with around about like 45 votes or something, people decided to have the urban scheme, which I was very surprised about. I thought people would go feral for a Iron Warrior or Imperial Fist Auxilia scheme. Thought wrong. Good thing I had the vote. Though I'm quite happy that you guys chose this scheme, because I mean it fits very well to my force of Tauroxes and you know, my Kriegers as well. There we go. I think for the barrel itself I'll have to use a different brush with longer bristles. Otherwise I won't be able to get all of the details painted. Such a shame that this brush is so hard, so stiff. Stiff bristles. But yeah, I was like, if I did another building stream, like if we finished our Age of Darkness building series with the, I think the Dreadnought would have been today. I think you, yeah, I think that would be a little bit annoying. I think, you know, us painting something now is the right way to go about it. But then, how did you like my Dwarven Copperbeard in its finished form in the Barbute? I think I liked that very much. That was very cool. Back in the day when I was LARPing an elven character, I did something very, very similar to what you did. but not as successfully. So seeing, you know, a finished result in all its glory, how it should look, you know, properly, that was quite cool. I think you did a good job with that, man. And then I need to mix up some more paint. Ulthuan Grey, the Fang, Lothern Blue, and Dawnstone. Quite a lot of colors. We could have cut Ulthuan Grey and Dawnstone out of it for Administratum Grey, but I couldn't find it. Maybe I've used that all up already. So I think maybe Dawnstone isn't actually as necessary. But yeah, I like that very much. That was cool. Especially now that LARP season is about to start again. Maybe before I just dab off the excess paint, maybe just use that as an overbrush. Ooh, that looks ugly. Okay, maybe not do that. Maybe not do that then. But I can get the edges and ridges in here. Hell yeah. Once again, there are so many cool projects that I do have like planned and sketched out already, but I can't start them. Or I can start them like very, very slowly. Again, I am filming, I just can't produce them. Have you shown it to a significant other, or were you worried she might succumb to my dwarven charm? I think she might have seen it actually, yeah. She probably would, you know, if she did or not, she would probably approve as well. We're a little bit in a character crisis in regards of what to play, which character to play on the next LARP event. Because I'm kind of like, yeah, with my diploma coming up and so, maybe I should just play as an artist, like an artist without means, basically. And just sketch as many people as possible. Fluff out my diploma a bit. Get these people to be NPC characters in the background or something of my pictures. That would be pretty cool, I think. But yeah. There's also the Warhammer Open, which is going to be in a couple of weeks, I think. Should be like around about the end of April, I think. And that's going to be rather close to where I live. And with rather close, I mean it's just one country over and not one continent over. So, I was really thinking on maybe visiting it there and maybe even meeting some of you guys there. But I don't know if I have the time. If I can go there, I'll make sure to keep you posted in the Discord. But currently, more than likely, it looks like I won't be able to attend the Warhammer Open back then. Oh, but it's gonna be a success though. It's pricey though? Oh, really? I didn't even really look at the prices. How much do they charge for a single ticket? What are the options? Oh yeah, the options are the artist, so the character that I just, you know, basically would make up for that event, or my regular knight character, or rather a hedge knight character, so knight without title. That one usually is good fun. Though, we're going to, like, the whole event moves to a different location as well. So an artist going around and sketching the place is also, you know, a good excuse to go from camp to camp. Meet the locals. For the 40k tournament it was pricey from what I saw. Alright, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Those spots will surely be highly sought after. What I'm guessing. Though I wouldn't have partaken in a tournament. I'm not good. I'm not good enough to do that. I play like once a year around Christmas with my friends. The last battle that I had was Warhammer Fantasy, like proper fantasy, 8th edition. 4,000 points of chaos against 2,000 against an alliance of each 2,000 points high elves and lizardmen. We had a great time. We played the Monster Mash army, so we tried to put in as many monsters as possible. I took like 2 dragons, Griffin, Lion Chariot, regular Chariot, and my lizard pal, of course. Stegodons, Bastiladons, Carnosaurs, and Mars. And holy shit, the animals themselves kinda sucked, not gonna lie, they were not that good. But, their stomp attacks absolutely crushed the enemy. So yeah. That was quite cool to witness. I also always feel the need as a YouTuber, and I think that's definitely something that I've realized quite early on. You know, you do develop this kind of like content brain, where everything you do regarding the stuff that I do content about automatically gets, you know, you think about it being content, or you know, you want to make content out of it. So even my friend, every time he's coming over, is like, oh yeah, when are we gonna stream? And I'm just like, hey man. So recently I was like, hey man, you know what? I feel like every time you come over, we stream, and we don't really have fun one-on-one anymore. Which he was, you know, fine with. And I'm glad that he is. I'm talking about Heinrich, by the way. But I was like, hey man, maybe we should just, you know, leave the camera off this time. So we did. It was quite nice. My girlfriend is also pissed, so for Lilia Armory, who seems to be new, I think, or rather I don't recognize the name. I live in a 1-room apartment with my girlfriend. We share 35 square meters. So every time, you know, for example, I'm streaming and she wants to talk to my friend, she has to do either in English or, you know, she chooses just not to interrupt us. And she said, hey man, you know, to me, hey, I'd like to meet him again as well. Like, every time you guys are here, he's here, you guys are streaming, and I can't get a word in. So yeah, another reason for us to take a little bit easy. I feel that. Yeah. So only ASMR stream? What ASMR stream? What do you mean? Should we mute our voices and just have the clanking of like the brushes on plastic, brushes of a plastic be heard? Should I put like an AI plugin that filters our voices? I gotta say, so many, you know, I'm a hater of AI. I hate on AI every chance I get. Abominable intelligence, of course. As an illustrator, that I think is just part of my survival instinct. But, you know, as much as I'm hating on the AI tools that just generate stuff from nothing, you know, trained on stolen data, there are so many cool AI plugins for, like, creative software. Like DaVinci Resolve has so many great, amazing AI plugins already. Photoshop as well. There's so much stuff that if you know how to use it, it actually takes you a lot further. I think that's, you know, that's the one use of AI, I guess. When I'm like, ah, okay, that's still fine. That's supposed to be like that. AI should help you, not make you yourself obsolete. You said you would turn off your camera. Oh, yeah, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Turn off the camera in the sense of, like, not stream, right? Charles Staley says, "Hello, I come to learn about paint." All right, you're in the right place. I wanted to study art as a teacher, to become a teacher usually, and I still plan on doing that. And I'm still, in my diploma years. Ask me anything you want. I'll be happy to help. Lady Amara says, if you're wanting a Steel Legion style Basilisk and can find a second-hand copies of White Dwarfs 308 and 309 from 2005, they provide templates and a tutorial for how to build it there. Really? Dang. Hang on, I'll photograph that message. That is actually very interesting. Oh, not with the light, not with the flash on, you fool. That sounds great. Okay, Charles, man, Charlesy boy. Feel free to ask any questions you have. I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my abilities, with the help of chat. And yeah, thanks for the recommendation, Ilya. I'll be sure to check that out. How far are you, Jan? I'm almost done with my main armor color over here. I think I'm too. I think this is pretty alright. Pretty close to the hue I have here. Not quite, but that's okay. That's okay. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's the same style as the one Forgeworld used to make, but they did it later. Interesting, okay. Maybe there are some digital copies of that somewhere. That music actually doesn't sound too good, hang on. Yeah, that sounds a little bit smoother. Alright. Next. After all that blue. Time to get some lead belcher on here. Time for the metallics to shine. Ooh, by the way, what do you guys think of the rebrand from Warhammer, Citadel to Warhammer color? Any strong opinions? As for me, I think it is alright. Always sad to see a beloved brand name go, but as long as the color stays good, it's okay. Charles, what miniatures are you painting? Or what paintings are you painting? I could possibly help with that too. Don't buy cheap oil paints. That's definitely one of my first recommendations. They are not good. Get yourself a medium starter pack. Those will last you very long if you use them correctly. And there you have everything. Are the corpo art culture gross? You think? I think it's okay. I've heard some people say it is a little bit weird because, you can use Citadel paints as easily for like D&D miniatures and other miniatures as well. Yeah. How often do you paint and stream? Oh, Charles. Charles, don't make me say it out loud. I used to be. Hang on, I'll show you something. I'll show you my glory days. Live. See this? Oh my god. Oh, look at this. Almost every day during Christmas. Oh, the long streams we used to have. Every week, 2 times. Oh, so good. And now, what has happened to me? Okay. How often do you paint and stream? I plan on streaming 2 times a month, unfortunately. And the reason for that is that I'm currently on my diploma. Hang on, I can actually show you my progress, as I've shared it in the Discord. I am actually, you know, as I just said, I'm an art student, and I, you know, am at the end of my studies, and I really need to get my level up to properly, you know, get my diploma, do my master work. And because of that, it is like a little bit like writing your masters for any other course of study. And for me, you know, it is painting basically a couple of very, very good paintings, a very good project. And that's why I, unfortunately, till October, can only stream like 2 times a month. After that, we'll be back to 2 times a week, though. So that will be great. But yeah, so far, I'm preoccupied. I'm sorry. But I do have a big library of nice live streams, if you're interested in that. In the grim darkness of the 43rd millennia, there are only meetings. Hell yeah. That surely sounds like a grim darkness. In corporate, I've realized 2 things. If a project fails, it's either because there were too many meetings and people couldn't get their shit done, or there were too few meetings so that, you know, glaring issues couldn't be addressed. That's what, you know, the experience that I seem to have had with the corporate world. Just have a meeting like, I don't know, once a week, or whenever, you know, you hit a big milestone. It can't be that difficult, can it? But yeah. Oh my god, it's so crusty, I don't know why. This is not due to my very bad overbrush. This is actually just how it looks. Okay, then we go. Then we go here to the arms and all of the pistons. I've heard a couple of people say, and with a couple of people I actually mean nobody. Not nobody as in not a single person, but nobody as in the person who has written their name as nobody. With a K, as in knight. Long exposition, I know. Nobody said that this miniature would actually make for a good Medusa proxy. And I feel like I'm inclined to agree, I think. Like, of course, the Bombard, I see it too. And actually, this is a very competently executed. Found my 5th edition Guard Codex. Ooh. Hell yeah. Anything crazy in there? Any broken strats? Or broken unit compositions? I think the coolest thing that I ever pulled off with my Imperial Guard was either 8th or 9th edition Valhalla. 8th edition Valhalla was so cool. You had a stratagem where you could call in a unit that has previously been destroyed. And I only did that and completely washed over my Space Marine opponent. I only brought infantry. Loads of conscripts, loads of white shields, then officers to keep these guys together, and just a wave of rolls to drown my opponent in. It was such fun for me. In the end, due to those stratagems, I actually only really lost like 3 miniatures or so, because I just called those units right back in again. Such fun, so broken. The way I think you counter these kind of strategies is just to leave the unit alive, basically. Like one guy or two guys or something. So I guess that's quite hard if the morale test just kills off the rest of the guys. Oh, Eliel's back again, let's go! The Colossus entry is on page 53, oh really? That strat started as a character ability for Commander Chenkov? Oh really? I bet he had a silly, he had that as a silly ability? As an ability? Oh. Dang, I didn't know. Cool. Cool stuff. Glad they made it a stratagem. Though it is a stratagem for Valhalla only, which is why I had to play that. Which is why I had to play these guys. Very, very nice though. What else? What else? I didn't even know that the Colossus was in an army codex at all. I thought the Colossus was Imperial armor only, like the Forge World book series, the Compendia and stuff. Charles, any other questions? Predated it? Oh really? 5th edition is older than the Imperial Armor series? No way. One Gascoigne Thraka versus 100 Turnets. It's reference to one Gorilla versus 100 men. Oh hell yeah. Oh my gosh, I've seen such cool memes. I think Games Workshop put out that Angron could kill an average of like, what was it, like 40 Imperial Guardsmen each turn, right? And there were so many cool memes, and I think my favorite one was like the expression, like the devastated expression of the Chaos Gods after they see 200 Guardsmen just pile up on Angron and cooking him to death with their combined body temperature. And the Chaos Gods are like... so good. It's always, like, Warhammer memes I only encounter very unexpectedly. And they're always so good. The Codex Colossus predated the Forge World model, which changed the design. Oh, I see. Alright. I mean, if you have a photo, I do have a Discord server, and if you don't want to join that, I also have an email address or an Instagram profile where you can send that to. I'd love to have a look. Damn. Look at this tragedy. Take better care of my brushes. Again, it looks so crusty. I don't know what the Prey owner did with the primer to have this effect. I think we are on rather a good, you know, way to do this. This miniature was also chosen in the streamathon that I had, I think 2 years ago, and that I couldn't finish. So if I ever do a continuation of that or a new one, I definitely, you know, take that out of the pool. I have to remember that I need to take that out of the pool then. There we go. I think I need to give that brush a rest. Take a different brush, especially now that we're currently working with a, you know, a couple of finer details. Still crazy that this pot of Leadbelcher is still going. Like this pot I bought 14 years ago when I started my High Elf army, and it served me ever since. absolute craziness. Whoop. There we go. Basically now I'm just on the hunt for any pistons that would need to be blank. Maybe this one as well. I posted the page on my posts tab. Your posts tab? Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, hang on. You said that you were a YouTuber as well, weren't you? With a channel. Let's go, Sister Lilia's Armory. Dang, 500 subs, let's fucking go. There we go. Alright, oh yeah, for Flashback Friday, let's take a look at 5th edition Imperial Bombard. One of these had a Games Workshop model, but 2 got Forge World models, and 1 got redesigned as the Bombard. There we go, let's have a look. Can we zoom in on that? For some reason I can't. Okay. So that's the Basilisk, and there's the Medusa, I see what people mean. And there's the Colossus, I see, okay. Interesting. But yeah, I see the similarities. The Forge World Bombard might have predated it. Oh yeah. 3rd one down. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Cool. Cool to see you have such an old codex as well. Okay. Sister Lilia's Armory. When was your last video? 2 days ago. Okay. 3 days ago. Wow. Posting very good upload schedule. Okay. Damn, putting me to shame here. Alright. You guys make me feel guilty about my non-existent upload schedule? Ah, that's okay. I once heard that, I don't know who it was. I think it was Schlatt or something. Who was like, yeah, upload schedule is, you know, a little bit of a quote-unquote myth anyways. Because if you have content for... Oh, no, it was Asmongold, maybe. If you have content like, for example, Internet Historian or Soviet Womble, you can just put out a video, you know, 1 video a year, and people will still come to you and you will still have views. Though personally, I feel like I have to disagree with that. The most views, like my channel was definitely the healthiest when I uploaded daily, 100%. So yeah. But again, I'd always recommend quality over quantity. If your quality gets too shit, you can put out 2 videos a day. Nobody will come. Not even nobody. I have a Canonist Power Sword build coming out tonight when I finish writing the description. Oh, okay. Canonist Power Sword. So, cosplay then, right? Nice. Alrighty. That sounds promising. Gargantuan Squiggoth used to be 300 pounds, but now it's just 500 pounds for the steel. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. Again, Black Library books used to be 15 euros a piece, and now they are 20 euros. Wow. Thanks, Games Workshop. I really noticed the quality increase. Wow. So good. My schedule got messed up preparing for a convention. Ah, I see. Yes, a cosplay prop based on the model the 2019 Army Box Canonist art. Oh, okay. Interesting. I will. Hopefully, if I remember. I will try to check that out then. Okay, I think it's time for the tracks. So far, I can't see any other smaller pieces that still need painting. So we'll just do that. And back in stream, let's go! Nobody, how are you? We just talked about you. Of course, only niceties. Lily Armory says, oop, I feel with that gargantuan squig off. The Rogel Dorn now costs what the Baneblade did 10 years ago. Yeah. Honestly, as we're talking about the Rogel Dorn, still not like his design. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Rogel Dorn. He looks too round. He looks too modern. I don't like it. He just looks like an upscaled Lehman Russ. Really? Why? Baneblade started out as 85 euros? Really? I mean, you still can pay that if you go on eBay. And I mean, the Baneblades all over there are not crazy. Oh yeah, hang on. Let me show you something actually. Now that you guys remind me of that. I've seen a crazy find on eBay recently. Hang on, is it still there? Oh yeah, there we go. The Miliwa. One of the craziest armies I've ever seen. So, Astra Militarum or Miliwa army. 1,200 bucks. Okay, fair enough. It is a big army. But then we scroll in closer, and we see it is it is a huge orcs and goblins army, like a huge conversion with a bunch of Astra Militarum weaponry, helmets, of course, the vehicles, but instead now manned with grots and orcs and stuff. I have never seen something to this degree. I think there are also some third-party models in there as well, which, okay, fair enough. Crazy stuff. All in a winter theme. The paint job as well is a little bit out of whack. I don't mean this to say, you know, I don't say this to be mean, but also just interesting choice of paint. And such. Yeah. I want to show these to you guys because I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this on Instagram. This is my Instagram. I always browse eBay as if it was Instagram, basically. The Chimera now costs a few dollars below what the Basilisk, Lehman Russ, and Hellhound cost before 2020. Yeah. The Rogel Dorn is made for modern audiences. I don't know, man. And the thing is, you know, I didn't go with the time. I was like, no, I will not bring a Rogel Dorn with me. I'll stick to my guns, literally. I'll play the Astra Militarum the same way I played it for years. Pick the regular roster, and you know what? I got my ass handed to me. Insane the way I got tabled. I've never got tabled as bad. The end result was like 56 points to 9 on my side. Incredible obliteration. It really was the future is now, old man, the Warhammer match. After that I was like, okay, shit, maybe I need to look more into that. Most guard tanks look World War I-ish, whereas the Dorn is World War II feeling tank. Yeah, and again, it looks a little bit too sleek, you know what I mean? All of the other tanks have like this rough hue to them. And for example, I don't think that the Repulsor and like stuff like the Gladiator or the Impulsor for the Space Marines, they are of course also new and also drastically new. Now they fly. They fly now. But I don't think they divert too much from the original feeling. They are still boxy, they are still bulky, they're still, you know, imposing stuff. Only upscaled. Whereas the Rogel Dorn, I don't really feel... I feel like the proportions are a little bit out of whack. I feel like the style is too different. I don't know. Maybe that's just me though. Oh, the Grot Guard strikes again? Oh, yeah. The Rogal Dawn feels like a cartoon tank, not gonna lie. I mean, they all kinda do, yeah. No. 0% gun depression on every tank. A good use of eBay. I've screenshotted ideas of eBay from conversion ideas. Oh yeah, I've definitely done that too. I know how that loss feels. That was a lot from my guard games with 7th facing knights. Ooh. Yeah. I remember when the knights came out, like the army, and the store owner in like... So I come from a rather small town, so the next Games Workshop store was a couple of towns over, like it wasn't half an hour drive, which for an European is, you know, might as well be on the other end of the country. And, but when I drove there, the clerk was, you know, already a little bit annoyed looking. And I was like, hey man, what's wrong? And he's like, yeah, I've got the entire warehouse full of knights. So cool, such cool miniatures. And every other clerk in all of Germany is selling them like butter, like candy. But for some reason, nobody wants to buy my knights. And I was like, oh yeah, why is that? And he looked me in the eye and I was like, oh, what? Diffel Or's mom? Hello. Hi man, how you doing? But yeah, the clerk looked me in the eye and was like, oh, you know what? You know why? Because the entire, you know, scene in this city is so competitive and all of these knights are not yet tournament legal. And for that reason, all of these nerds are not buying them. He was really mad. He was like, so cool miniatures. Everybody tells me how cool the miniatures are and nobody's buying them. That's always how I remember roughly around what time the knights came out. Never had a problem with knights because we talked about super heavies and never played gotcha games. Oh yeah, that's also a big thing, yeah. I used to feel really bad. So back in the day, my Imperial army was not that big. So I always basically had to take my Baneblade with me to just fill out the points, you know? I didn't have enough miniatures otherwise to do otherwise. And I felt really bad just having this one huge unit basically for 2 rounds sniping everyone that it came into contact with. I say 2 rounds because, you know, the entire time the enemy was focusing all of his fire on that singular unit. Nowadays we're just like, okay man, hey, I'm not gonna take a Baneblade with me if you're not going to bring a knight. And the consensus is usually very quickly. They absolutely need to bring back Gorka Morka. I remember playing Gorka Morka with my older brother in 2001. I don't even know what that is, man. Actually, I love the Repulsor because it feels like it matches the Arkham Land Special Graph Land Raider idea mentioned in some lore articles. Being a low-budget gamer back in 5th through 7th edition, I didn't have much anti-tank, so knights stomped me. That makes sense, yeah. I did have anti-tank, but anti-tank failed me miserably. I hate last cannons. I always take the autocannon now. Because, you know, double the amount of dice, double the chances to hit something. Coney Thunder says, I also thought the Rogal Dawn looked a little bit goofy, but I grew to it, not gonna lie. It's just the Russ's bigger brother in my hand, and I love the World War II feel mixed in. Alright. I feel like the Rogal Dawn, to me, looks a little bit bad in the way that it's photographed. I feel like the angle is not really flattering. Because I did see it once on a table in real life, and I was like, oh wow, this doesn't look half bad, dang. But the photos are just, you know, not too... the way that it's photographed for some reason. It's not to my liking. Oh yeah, my idea for, instead of, you know, bending the knee to the mighty Rogal Dawn, was instead just take a Malkador tank and bring that to the table for a 40k match. Because I think there are like some unofficial rules somewhere. And if I can get my friends to agree with them, then I can just take that bad boy. Bring out the mighty old guard to show these modern punks their place. Dream Club says, would you rather fight one life-size Imperial Bombard or 100 duck-sized ones? You mean with my fist? 100 duck-sized ones? I think they'd both beat my ass in range. Though I feel like, you know, the Bombard clearly has a minimal range. So, you know, the second you're like here, you stand like here. Hang on, let me show you. If I was standing here, do I have like a person somewhere? If this is me, right? And I'm standing here, the Bombard is going to shoot me dead. If I'm standing here, the Bombard is still going to shoot me dead with a bolter. But if I'm standing here, I can do everything I want. However, if I had like 100 guys of like roughly this size shooting at me, I'd have a 100 pellets, explosive probably flying at me all the time. So yeah, that would definitely kill me. I feel like the duck-sized ones would kill me quicker. Wouldn't that be unfair to play super heavies against an army not equipped to deal with them? Yeah, it's also unfair. Moving on to metallics now, catching up quickly. Shocker considering I'm generally a slow painter, like what the hell? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Like, how are you so quick, man? So unfair. Stop what you're doing right now and start conversations. Like, take this stuff to a cafe and start conversations with people. Then we should be a lot more on par, I think. Smaller games would have been a better option, yeah. My first game against Tau, turn 1, my Shadow Sword gets sniped from the board, turn 2, my tanks, and I was left with hardly any infantry. Yeah. I feel like the Tau are definitely hated for a reason, and we all know that reason. Though at the same time, I recently had the thought that the Tau also, you know, because most 40k games are decided with range, that the Tau present a little bit of a unique challenge, because you have to get in melee to really, you know, damage them, because they will outgun you every time, so you can't castle, you can't outgun them, so you have to switch your tactics around and approach them in melee. That being said, I've also never played against the Tau, I've only heard against games against the Tau, so maybe that's even not that feasible anyways. Remember using Orc Great Gargant as my cheats for Gorka Morka in 2001? I still don't know what that is, man. What is Gorka Morka? Lily Armory says, I'm in the process of conversion building a Churchill tank to count as a proxy as a Rogel Dorn. Really? Is it big enough? Like the miniature? Dang. Also, Malkador Vanquisher with Demolisher Cannon and Sponson Heavy Bolters would match one of the loadouts. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I just have the regular one, though I haven't built them yet. Too little time. I really hope October is going to treat me well. After that, it'll be a couple of months till my job starts, and I really want to lean heavily into producing content over that time. Who knows, maybe I can make this work after all. Wouldn't that be cool? Visually. Okay. Yeah, that's what probably did it to me as well. Box art doesn't do it full justice. Marketer sounds awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like the Rogel Dorn in a lot of promotional pictures looks a little bit thick, a little bit chunky, you know? A little bit like a big boy. A little bit chubby, but in real life it's, I think, a little bit better proportioned than the pictures make it seem. Who knows? It's been a long time since I've seen one on the table. Maybe I need to head to the local games workshop and have another look. I'll go there tomorrow, just stare at the Rogel Dorn. What are you? Malkadon Furnace for nice anti-infantry. Oh, dude, the Malkadon Furnace looks so good, just as a miniature. Again, I play like once a year, so I'm not even really thinking about game metas and stuff like that. But just the look of the Malkadon Furnace, god dang, man. So cool, so good. Gorkamorka is a racing game. Oh, really? Okay. 2001, that's an old game, though. Bombard range used to be halfway through the next store. 20 inches to 2040 range. Oh yeah, similar to the Basilisk then, right? That's why I love the Basilisk. I just put it on a table anywhere and I'm just like, oh yeah, I can hit you. Easy. And again, just the thought about the kind of games you could play or play with other people, like the kind of apocalyptic games you could play with a miniature that can shoot halfway through the room. It's so cool. That one stat has really opened my third eye to the possibilities of the kind of matches you could play. So cool. Gorkamorka is an orc Magmat style game. Also want a Malkadon Furnace, but it's so expensive. Oh yeah, it is. The thing is, I have so many miniatures left to paint. And, you know, as probably most of us here. Especially because I'm filming pretty much every single one as well. Making videos out of them, which makes the whole process take a lot longer. You know, still fun, but still. And that's why recently I've been really, you know, stopped looking for new miniatures to buy. Because I'm just like, I can't get to them anyway. Like, most of this year I'll be busy with my diploma. The plastic variant is pretty affordable. Is that expensive? Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, as all of us are Games Workshop customers, I think we know what you mean when you say affordable. As the saying goes, my biggest fear is that when I die, my girlfriend sells my miniatures for the price that I told her I paid for them. That shall forever be my biggest fear. Which sounds ironic since future video of mine has me restoring a wrecked Forge World Annihilator, conversion building a Malkador Defender, and conversion building a Macarius. What? Dang. I need to remember to sub to your channel after this. I want to have a look at what's going on. What's going on at Sister Lilia's Armory? Because the projects do sound very cool, very cool. Nobody says, okay, gonna enjoy my Feierabend. Wish you all a nice evening, Jan. Tank is looking good. Thank you very much, man. I wish you a nice Feierabend as well. Enjoy the sun. And I'll see you in the next one. Which hopefully will not be too long, though I feel like it's gonna be another 2 weeks maybe. I don't know. Lilia says, I tend to film finished miniatures, especially if they are the subject of content, but I don't like painting on camera since it feels like I do something wrong. Ensure I do a mix of cosplay and tabletop content. That's cool, that's cool. I remember my first painting video that I filmed. It took like a month to do everything. And the one after that only took 2 weeks because I already knew how, you know, what I was looking for in my video capture and stuff. So I think the learning curve with painting miniatures is a lot higher, though the stress definitely is also a lot bigger because, you know, oh, if I make a mistake now, it's gonna be in camera and people are going to point it out. But yeah. The thing is also, I think, which has really slowed down my pace by, you know, with a number of projects, is that hence I'm trying to film a tutorial, and I try to find the most effective way to paint your miniatures. I'm always thinking about the way in which to paint stuff as well. So a lot of the times I've really had to stop and really think about what would probably be the most efficient way to continue this paint job or layer the paint on, right? Because I want to have it because I want it to be beginner friendly. I want it to be easy to follow. I want it to be very effective and time friendly, you know? So all of these considerations really are also just slowing down the video process a lot of the time. But that also means I'm really cooking, usually. I think my Halloween speed painting guides are so good. Excuse the self-praise, but I think they're probably some of my best work by far. Especially the Laukavai and Olinda one. Okay. I'm also using a goal of painting my subscriber count to clear my backlog. I'm using a goal of painting my subscriber count. Oh, that's cool. So I don't think I own that many unpainted miniatures. Well, maybe I would. Till I get some 3D printed infantry or Anvil Industries minis to convert into Krieg passengers for scratch-built Gorgon assault transports. Ooh. That makes sense. One of these days I'll pull out a 5-paint Turnet painting guide. But I need to get my process to a point that it works in a video, since I do blending on a palette and on models. Okay. Sorry for taking up the comment step. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not a huge streamer. I'm absolutely used to, you know, talking to one person at a time. And it's not like there are so many other miniatures right now flying in. The most difficult, like, I love when you guys are writing a lot. I think every streamer does, because I love interacting and talking to you guys. It makes these streams to what they are, you know, a lot more interesting. And the biggest problem I actually have is when like 20 people are watching, all are typing, and my friend sits across from me, so I have to talk to him as well. And not make him feel like he's on the sideline. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to paint this metallic. Because maybe I want to do this with hazard stripes. Not quite sure yet. Oh, they've taken my place as the main chatty person, but that's only because I'm painting low. Yeah. I mean, for sure. And as I said before, you had to move to a cafe and start chatting up strangers to have it be fair. Heinrich is also here. Oh no, you have to talk to your friends? The misery. Well, everybody who's new here, that right there is Heinrich, my good friend and colleague with which I do most of the, I guess you could say, collaborative work on this channel. Partly said the... Oh, Sister Lilia Samari just subscribed. Oh, thank you very much. That's so cool. Welcome to the brink of army. I partly set the 5 paint scheme rule with my turnets so I can change them so that I can get them done quickly, since they are a horde army and I'm getting some from Paintswork magazine. Oh. Good work so far on the Colossus Siege Mortar. Oh, thank you very much. I think it looks rather decent as well. And I think now it's time for the details. I'm sick of it. We need to get some stuff done. If you want, I actually recently, you know, quote unquote, did a painting video on turnets as well, painting them in like 5 minutes. And I also used like, I think 3 to 5 paints. So maybe if there's like some structure for your video or inspiration for the process you might want to look at. If you're interested, of course. Okay. Diner says, I watched the Yarrick trailer and it was actually pretty good, pretty grim, but I still don't like them permanently keeping Yarrick alive. Actually, I thought the Yarrick trailer was a little bit silly, not gonna lie. Just the way, it was like very cinematic, you know, very unnatural. If that makes sense. Like, these scenes felt very scripted in a way, you know? The way he approached the guy and stuff like that. I don't know. And of course, no Steel Legion as well. Big controversy. Oh, Rice won a 3 paint competition. Dang, forgot about that. Okay, what to do, what to do, what to do. I want to paint. If we're going with the foxhole color scheme again, then we need to have... Where do we paint the emblem on? Maybe here? Maybe like this? Congrats, Rice. Oh yeah. What a chat. I think I'll take some brown first. Dryad bark unfortunately has turned into dried bark. No, I actually want to do this. I want to take Steel Legion. Yeah, I think I want to take Steel Legion drive for that. Yeah, I think so. Maybe with a hint of black to it. I guess they don't want to do Steel Legion anymore due to them being a bit too Third Reich aesthetic-wise. I don't know, man. You know, at least Krieg is World War I and more French-British. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people cope saying that, you know, the dev core of Krieg originally were just Steel Legion miniatures painted differently. So that's, you know, if you want to have your Steel Legion, why not paint Krieg miniatures in a Steel Legion aesthetic? I get that. I don't know. I think the real reason is because they don't want to have, you know, the reason they snuffed out the diversified regiments is because it didn't make any sense, you know, on the bottom line. Which I can understand, but still. At least do like a Steel Legion command squad or something for Yarrick. But I feel like, I don't know, it feels so elitist complaining to Games Workshop, you know? Why didn't you do this, miniature? Why didn't you do that? Meanwhile, Mr. Billion Dollar Company is just doing whatever they want. Ah, ha, ha. Sucking us dry. Sucking our wallets dry. My main colors are Abaddon Black, Macrack Blue, Mood Green, Ushapti Bone, and Mephiston Red. That's good palette. I actually think them not including the Steel Legion in the trailer was social engineering to get people asking where's the Steel Legion, so they can have people be hyped for the reveal. I feel so too. I think it's also a lot more practical because they do, you know, from an animation perspective, they do have the Krieg model to be, you know, fully rigged and ready to go for an animation. Same with the Cadia model. So of course, they're going to use that stuff to speed up the process and keep everything a little bit, you know, cheaper, more manageable. There are loads of reasons to not include the Steel Legion in that trailer and not in the miniature range. And I can understand all of that. A little bit of a missed opportunity, but, you know, it's not like I don't get why they did it. It's weird to me because I think the dev core of Krieg have sold so well, Games Workshop would want to make more Guardsman regiments instead of Space Marine chapter number 302. Yeah, but Space Marine chapters are just different paint jobs most of the time, right? Or like one upgrade sprue. I feel like they could make more upgrade sprues though. I think you could easily sell the Kriegers and just sell a Steel Legion upgrade sprue to convert them. I think that should be very, very manageable. Okay, what do we do now? I feel like... Where do I want to put the emblem? I like... Oh, hey, 302 the Stargate Fighters. The past release was Red Corsairs, no way those were more popular than the Valhallans or Catachans or the Steel Legion. I mean, I feel like the Red Corsairs are more popular than the Black Legion. On the Chaos side, to just keep it within one faction. For all the reasons that you already named before, you know, because the Steel Legion has been jobbed to death. Maybe I'm wrong. Nah, I think you're onto something, sure. But again, if they only have to sell Cadia and Kriegers for the admin, for the Imperial Guard, I think they'll do that. It's easier, I guess. No tooling required, no new spruce required, no marketing required. The little rectangle below the gun has a Chimera front hatch that... Next to that don't have? What? Oh yeah, here, right? Yep. The smallest rectangle would look cool in a glassy red. That's true. But now I'm just thinking about where to put the stripes, you know, all of these stripes that usually these tanks have. So I'm wondering if I should put them here or here in the middle. I feel like this, because this I've seen so often, so I think I'll put them here. And for that I'll use Dawnstone and... What colors did I use here? Oh, the same colors as before, okay. A Dawnstone and... I think Dawnstone only, maybe. Let's go. Though I do want to use a dry brush. Not a dry brush, but just a dry irregular, like a dry irregular brush. To really make it look like it's been painted on. After the fact. The reason I'm starting with gray is because I want to layer it on. I want to start with pure white right away. Still want to be in theme with my Foxhole Warden army. Whenever I'll get to that project. Hell yeah. I feel like that looks cool. I think this should roughly be correct. I feel like the Yarick hype, though, is quite forced, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I feel like they killed Yarick off, maybe just to make a statement, I don't know. Maybe because they thought they were oh so smart. Realized, okay, we might have made a mistake and now we can just bring him back. With the miniature that looks exactly the same as the previous one, just a little bit better. You know, a little bit more high definition. I don't know. Actually, I'm not a fan of the Yarick reveal. And the way they set it up. It feels a little bit clumsy, you know? And again, kind of like the hype feels very forced, very unnatural. Rejoin, says Matt. Hey, how are you doing? Strastuvie. Did I read that correctly? Oh my gosh, I don't think so. They killed them off because they are ending the metal finecast models? Ah, maybe, yeah, because of production costs. That makes sense. Don't forget the added tactical rock, Jan. Of course, right. How could I forget? Sorry. Thanks for reminding me, Rice. Honestly, apart from the Power Claw, I like the new model. Okay, yeah, fair enough. It looks decent, it looks good, but I needed to have... Like, I needed to have 2 looks before I recognized that it was a new miniature. Fenrich says, one thing I've thought of, it usually takes roughly 3 years to release a miniature, from concept art to production. Didn't Yarrick die around 3 years ago? Oh, that's a good question, yeah. I don't really remember. When did the 10th edition codex come out? Was that 3 years ago? Or was it even earlier? Glad to see you alive again. Will use you as a background to paint my Polish dwarves. Do that, man. I think the Power Claw looks awful, but I'm biased as I still haven't finished my cosplay prop of his old one. Fair enough. Would you like a progress photo? Yes, I would like to see that. I wanted to say I'll send one of mine as well, but I quite literally am right now, am I not? Oh, such a cool texture here, what? Look at this. Such cool hewn metal texture, which will unfortunately get lost. No, if I'd known that, maybe I'd chosen differently. The 9th edition codex says that he got his obituary was at the end of 2022. I mean, then maybe the timeline actually does check out? I don't know. But hang on, you said that he was actually fine cast? He wasn't even resin? Is he now resin or is he plastic? Oh, my homies hate resin. Jan, Finecast is resin. Yeah, but wasn't Finecast like a different process? I feel like Finecast was even worse than the resin we have now. Or at least I see people coping like that. Whenever I trash talk resin, they're like, oh no, that's a mistake. You've probably had Finecast miniatures. They're different than the resin miniatures. And I'm just like, oh, okay. You know, I just believe those people huffing the copium. And not 100% correct, but still. Pigs sent via Insta. Alright, okay. But never mentioned the cause of death, so people speculated that a skull with an Augmenticon Angron's model was his skull, but Games Workshop never actually confirmed that. Yes! Right. Beautiful texture, man. That looks like fucking sick, bro. Thanks, man. Completely intentional as well. 100%. I'm glad I did it this way, though. I feel like here it would have been... nah. Wouldn't have felt right. This is a bit nicer, especially for an artillery piece. To help it stand out a little more. Alright, I'll have a look at the pic soon. He was first metal, and then in 2012, the Games Workshop adapted the mold to work with their resin and released the model as a Finecast resin model. Right, interesting. And now, he is hopefully plastic, because I'm sick and tired of resin. When I heard that they were retiring Forge World and integrating all of those models into their main website and main store, I was like, oh, thank God, finally no more resin. And then Games Workshop, you know, brought out Evander Garius, the tyrant of something, like an Imperial Fist model, which looked fucking sick, and was very hyped to get him. And then they were like, oh yeah, he's resin. And I'm just like, what? No. No! Why? Why would you do me like that? And then they did the same with Fulgrim, the 30k Fulgrim model. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was devastated, guys. Yes, it's a plastic model. Bingo. Very good. Nice. Very happy. That sparks joy. Okay, now some Ultron Grey. Oh yeah, but before we do, Rice has sent a progress pic as he is painting along. He's painting alongside us right here. Come on. No. He's painting alongside us right now, so let me quickly have a look at my app. 13 comments, my god. There we go. That is a nice... Hard to say if it's a salamander or a dark angel, but there we go. I can't zoom in, unfortunately. I don't know why. Can I save this stuff? Oh. Ah, there we go. Nice. Sweet, clean miniature. Very good. Salamander! Okay, I see. Games Workshop's plans seems to be to phase out resin, probably because it costs much more per model to make. Do you think so? Because again, Evander Garius, for example, or Fulgrim, for example, are both very new miniatures and very complicated molds, and still they decided to bring them out in resin. I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that. Such BS. But yeah, nice job on that, definitely. I don't know what they're thinking with resin. I've seen some people say like, oh yeah, with resin you can have like finer details and stuff. I don't think so. I think that's cool. Smaller job. Where's the music gone? There we go. Okay. We have it 6:30. We'll stream for at least half an hour more. So, what do you need for that? Some Mechanicus soundtrack? No. Relaxing rain with distant artillery. That is cool. Should we do that? I'll do that. Okay. This actually sounds worse than I thought. Okay, hang on. I don't want to have... Yeah, that's just the same. Let's not overcomplicate things here. What room in Discord I have to submit now? Depends on what you want to post, no? Smaller round miniatures make sense in resin versus squads and vehicles on a cost basis. Oh, okay, I see then. I guess so. But still, such a shame. The 30k Fulgrim looks so fucking good. I would love to have him in my collection. And now I'm probably never gonna. Because I just don't like working with resin. And the photos of the dwarves. Coloring workshop, I think. You need to submit them to the coloring workshop in the Discord. Do I have the Discord for link to the stream? Oh, sure. I'll look later. And now we'll just go over this with white. White. There we go. That looks absolutely ass. What is wrong with all my brushes? I know only a bad craftsman blames his tools. But seriously, I treat them so good. I mean, most of them are pretty old, but still. Shouldn't be that drastic. There we go, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Price not right saying good evening, gang. Hi Price, how are you doing? Good evening to you too. Sent. Resin also works for much higher detail stuff versus plastic on mechanical level. Really? Oh, interesting. Damn quality. I mean, I guess I can see that. I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I feel like resin always works against me when I'm painting it. Like it has this innate lotus effect that doesn't go away even after washing the miniature. Or maybe I'm just not good enough at washing it. Plastic is just so much more workable. In my opinion. I don't know. In my experience, rather. Doing just fine. How are you and the rest of chat doing? Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, Panzer Kietzen is also here saying good evening. Good evening, Panzer. Been a while since I caught you streaming. Yeah, been a while since I've been streaming as well. Work really, you know, it's not gotten less, it's not gotten less. And, you know, as much as I'm improving— Whoa! Holy shit! Present right. Matt as a member is gifted a membership. No, why would you do this? I'm producing so little content. No, Matt. Why? Welcome to the membership. Enjoy your... Please enjoy your time. Oh yeah. Oh. So that's what the guess what was leading up to. My god. Welcome to the membership. No, why would you do this, Matt? Thank you very much, but oh... I feel so guilty for not providing you guys with anything tangible. No, why? What are you doing? No, Bryce. Stop. This is not reverse psychology. Oh, thank you very much. Welcome Antonio Sanchez to the membership. I need to prime the last small details on my Lancer. Ooh, nice. Hey, I can't just take it. Fair enough, I guess, man. But still, I feel so guilty. Lilia says, honestly, I'm not a fan of resin either. I tend to soak my resin for a day. Ooh, that's a good idea. In a case of years Victoria miniatures, it have to come in 6 months. Really need to pull it out. Oh, dang. Okay. Jan doesn't say demotivation. Demotivation? For you to do more old world now? Alright. Okay, Antonio, it's your turn, says Steinrich. Oh no. Well, I know that some people have not only the Brink of Bragging Rights membership, but the more expensive one as well. And those people are still eligible for a portrait of them or their favorite Warhammer character. which shall be featured in the channel's banner as well. And since I am, I've been painting portraits like a madman, and I'm about to run out of characters to paint, it's now the ideal day to hit me up, send a photo of yours, or again, your character, and have me paint it. Again, you are eligible for such a painting. Because not only am I not, keeping my quote-unquote promises as just a regular creator, I'm not even keeping my membership promises as well. There's been nothing. Yes, but I'm shy to show my face. Hang on, Matt, you wanted to have a background for your dwarves, did you not? Like a digitally painted one. Or rather, I would paint it digitally for you. For like the diorama where you show them, right? I think I have photographed the specifications for that again. But if you could like maybe sketch a very rough, just very rough idea of what you wanted to, of what you would like to have for that, I'd be more than happy to get to that ASAP. Oh, hell yeah, the rough look I think makes it look very cool. Like of these white stripes. That can be done. Bingo, nice. Oh shucks, now I gotta upgrade to make Jan paint a Tau dude. Oh no. Then you are in... So we have Brink of Bragging Rights, and what was the other one again? Forgot the name, because I thought it would be rare. And then it turned out that it would not be. At least the badges are pretty cool for members. The channel badges. But I also need to do some, more stickers and stuff like that. The extra content that I promised is, I guess, on Discord. There will be membership content maybe next year. Thank you very much, though. To be very honest, thank you for your money. Thank you for your trust, and everybody who just watches the channel as much as my members. It's very cool to have you guys here, and it helps my delusions that I could maybe do this one day full-time, maybe, or at least half-time after all. Jan, is your woman home? No, she's not. That's why I'm doing the stream as well, because she's on vacation, which means that she has to write her assignments at home, which is why I haven't been streaming, because I didn't want to bother her. But now she's at work, and after that she has her dance lessons, which is why I'm currently, doing this. It's cool to see you paint. Oh, thank you very much. And motivational also, gonna prep my stuff. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go! Hurrah! What percentage does YouTube take from the memberships? Just curious. Oh, I think it was, let me quickly look that up again. I think it was 15%. Memberships. I think it was like 10% of it. Oh, 30%. Okay, 30%. So it is a little bit, but it's better than on Twitch, I guess. And in theory, you guys would also get like extra content, right? So access to extra videos and stuff, which you wouldn't do if you were to, for example, give me this stuff via PayPal. The reality is just that I'm extremely bad. I'm a bad content creator. And I don't have extra content for you. Yeah. My first 3 guardsmen of 2026 are now painted and bring me to 33 painted minis in 2022. Dang. So far I've painted don't remember. Not a lot. Not a lot. If you want, do you want to maybe send a picture? Via Instagram, email, or Discord if you wanted to. Because I would like to see your guardsman as an Astra Militarum player myself. President Russ says, you ain't bad, otherwise no one would have paid for a membership. Yeah, that's the thing, that's what's blowing my mind. Because again, in my mind, again, this is not reverse psychology. I feel like I should be able to offer you guys a little bit more. And yet you are sitting here, paying for a membership. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. But very good for, future planning. There was also another thing. I wanted to see how many people would actually be interested in or willing to pay for a membership. To see if this could actually be a path I would be able to pursue in the future. And yeah, maybe it actually is. My mind is blown. I just discovered a new weathering technique. Oh yeah? What did you discover? I'm about to start weathering myself, so you better tell me. No gatekeeping here. I'm here waiting for more old world. All I get is 40k, but I'm patient. I mean, at least to get painting now. The last 3 streams were all building. But you know what? There will be more more old world. We're going to paint a bunch of Bretonia soon. 1 Bretonia project a year at least. Because I do have an assload of them that a friend of mine wanted me to paint. 1 step at a time, Matt. Oh yeah. But I do have some cool stuff planned. And not only planned, but also in motion as well. I just don't like to talk too much about future stuff that's going on if I don't have it, ready. Because I feel like, I don't want to have people asking for stuff that maybe I had to cancel anyways or change anyways. I'm using Raglan Flash Shade to add intentional coffee stains on basically add water and rusty weathering. Oh, okay. Very subtle, but I'm happy with it. Okay, nice. That's a good idea. The first stream I got you were painting Starland Captain, and everyone else on Twitch or YouTube only 40k. Yeah, that's true though. When I started this YouTube channel, all I painted was basically Cursed City and Age of Sigmar, and I had people in the comments saying, "Oh, so cool that you're painting Age of Sigmar and stuff like that. The most people here are painting 40k." And now, look at me. Only, or rather mostly painting 40k. How the mighty have fallen. I sometimes do feel like I a little bit forsake my original audience. Which is why I gotta get back to painting more old world and Age of Sigmar stuff as well. It's not even that I did it for the views, Some people do switch their content for the views. I don't. I didn't even do that. It's just that I love the 40k lore. Couldn't think about anything but 40k. I never thought that I'd own a Space Marine army, and now look at me. Look at these guys. Quite a lot. Quite a few. Alright, well, I was stopping by before talking to my brother. I shall see you next stream. Alright, see you next time, Price Not Right. Enjoy your membership. Enjoy your evening. Best regards. Praise be to Space King. You were supposed to destroy them, not join them. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. It's just that fantasy got killed off, and Age of Sigmar never interested me in terms of the lore, which is rather unfortunate. But yeah. I guess we'll see. I've got so much cool stuff, ready. In Germany we say I've got so many hot irons in the fire. There's going to be some cool and very varied stuff. Just so unfortunate that it's not now. I can't find the time. And I can't, it feels irresponsible to even sit down and, for example, edit or plan a video. Because I really should be using this time to finish my diploma. But yeah, apart from that, again, October, trust me. October is going to be very, very cool. More streams as well, because very likely I will be in a different flat by then. And I'll have the chance to stream longer into the night. Good luck with the diploma. Oh, thank you very much. I can get all the luck that I need because I'm doing a fantasy illustrations for a book I'm writing myself. And my head of, like the head of the committee, hates fantasy. So yeah, I gotta take all the luck that I can. Oh, I messed up over there. No, it's probably already dry. Oh, no it isn't. Cool. Let's go. I'm also documenting the entire diploma, like all my thought processes, all the work that I do, recording videos, jotting down notes to hopefully be featured in some videos down the line as well. Because I feel like when I started this course of study, I would have loved to have like a video series explaining the entire thought process behind such a diploma. That's why I'm thinking like maybe I should do that. But one after the other. I wanna put in some hazard stripes. Where is the question though? Where should we do that? I think it looks cool though. I think we're really nicely on track, holy shit. This looks actually so cool. How these, you know, 2 white stripes. The power of 2 white stripes. Very, very cool. Let me add some corn red, some glassy corn red. I wonder what you say on my Dwarven command. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. I'll have a look. Just quickly gonna paint this thing. And then we need to think about some hazard stripes to put down. I know Lilia probably thought more about like maybe corn red or Mephiston red. But I feel like this more orangey drab Wordbearer's red goes a little bit harder. Not harder, but fits a little bit better. What we could do for hazard stripes would be to pick out these individual things with black and yellow. Maybe that would be cool. I feel like that would be really cool, actually. Should we do that? Yeah, and then we can add other hazard stripes anywhere else anyways. Still. Ooh. Maybe like a ring of hazard stripes over here? Questions. But I feel like that could be cool. I do want to do that. But first I want to have a look at some Dwarven miniatures. Dwarven chats. Okay, there we go. Coloring workshop. Ah, finally. Wow, what? Are you kidding me? Yo! Holy shit! Yo! Those are not Games Workshop miniatures. Nah, they can't be, but they are incredibly painted. Are you serious? Yo! That is crazy. I got leveled up? Oh yeah, sure. Surely I can see that. Only, by the way, I can let the sun back in. We have a fellow display level painter here. Oh yeah, we do. Holy shit, dude. These guys look great. What the fuck? Look at that non-metallic metal. Hot diggity damn, man. That is cool. That's some awesome stuff, man. Those look really good. Yeah, the last photo is the best quality. Oh yeah. Definitely, I can see that. Very nice. Very, very well done. So this is a fire effect then of the pistol. Interesting. Cool. No problem at all. Thanks for sharing that. That was really cool. Thanks for sharing. Again, that looked really cool. So, I'm trying something. I'm trying something different. And if this isn't to our liking, then we can just change it back anyways. So far we haven't come to the weathering. I think Rice is actually gonna win this challenge because I'm running out of time. No, even my camera is forsaking me. Hang on. There we go. So, we start with a regular black base coat again. That shall be the foundation for us. Anytime? Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Again, when the stream is done, and you shouldn't, for some reasons, see me again for a couple of weeks or so, always remember that I really try to find any time I can to be able to stream, to get a stream in there. It's just that right now it's really, you know, either we're away at some relative's birthday, or we have to, you know, or I don't want to bother my girlfriend. And that's what I mean when I say that October is going to be crazy, because we're going to be in a new flat. We are going to be, I'm very, very certain of that. And once the internet there is set up, we're gonna raise hell, buddies. Guys. It's going to be so cool. I'm going to stream so much. Stream and make videos. That's all I want to do for a couple of months. And until then, I'm currently taking a lot of, I'm currently, what did I want to say? I'm currently just trying to better myself when it comes to editing, scripting, and just painting as well. So the stuff like then, the stuff till then, or from then, will be of unprecedented quality. A pick up the guardsman. Oh yeah, hang on. You sent some in the Discord? Let me quickly have a look. Comments. Speak. Oh no. No! Chuck Norris dead at 86. Dang. Rip. Rest in peace to a legend. In the end, they got him. Anyways, Lilia, where'd you send it? Did you send it to me via Instagram? Because I didn't see. If you sent multiple messages, it could be that I didn't see the first one, because sometimes YouTube it's just quirky like that. One request. Ah, there we go. Okay, I found it. Yes, I want to see the guardsman. Accept. Main thingy. Yes. There we go. I learned about this because Netanyahu posted about it. Worst way to learn anything? Oh no. Bruh. The Netanyahu AI. My gosh. Oh, I sent an A as well. Weird. Okay. Now we're just going to wait for a hot second. There's peak incoming. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Hell yeah, of all the things to expect, I did not expect that. Alrighty, what are those miniatures? They even have like a small Aquila. Is that a decal? Are those decals, Lilia? Dang, the yeah, of course. So these are some old models. Then the head option is new, I guess. And then there's probably also some, you know, of course, some quote-unquote kit bashing going on with the ammunition pouch on the front and stuff like that. But also, I think some grain stuff action with like some sort of cowl as well, right? Am I correct in my assumption? Also, very interesting color scheme. Like the red in the middle. Very spiffing. Very intriguing. Wait, are those old Chaos Cultists? I don't think so. I think I recognize the old Cadian schematics, quote unquote, the old Cadian mold, but with a different head option, which looks like a decal on the front, and then some, you know, some stuff just like differently glued on there. So I see like a drinking flask around, like here, and pouch, grenade, and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, so those are Chaos Cultists. Ready? Has all that talk been for nothing? Have I joined all the other streamers in the shit-talking composition? Talking out of my ass competition? Oh no. What? You got censored for some reason. They were made from the bodies of the Dark Vengeance gas mask uniforms cultists with Cadian arms and bits. Ah, so it's just the arms. Interesting. Right. Cool. Are those gas masks official then? Dark Vengeance gas mask. Interesting. Cool. For some reason you got censored. I don't know. YouTube censorship. It's crazy. I don't know why. Had to learn that the hard way. When people started saying, "Oh, are you ignoring me?" I'm not ignoring you. YouTube is making me ignore you. Okay, it's 19:05. I think I need to actually wrap it up very soon. But not now. We're going to... What I want to do now is I want to paint this scroll right here. I remove all chaos bits from them. Okay, the gas masks are part of the sculpt. Oh, really? Crazy. Interesting. Very cool stuff. Thank you for sharing. I did not expect that. Very crazy sculpts and kit benches together with a, you know, with an unconventional uniform. I was prepared to see just, you know, some everyday Cadians, but no. That's really cool. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay. And now we need some yellow, starting with, I think, Baylor Brown. They are the sculpt that was in the 5-model Cultist blister pack. I see, okay. Interesting. See, that's what I mean. Why, yeah, sorry. It's so cool, always, to paint miniatures alongside you guys. Because there's always something new that you guys tell me and that you guys make me aware of that I haven't known before. Best way to get a pile of shame done. There's an alternative sculpt that I remove the heads from as well and put some Scion heads on them. Okay. That sounds just as cool, to be honest. Okay, here we just want to have like these bars. Gonna have these things be our hazard stripes. I know it doesn't make much sense. I know that the wear and tear would probably, you know, grind these things, grind the paint off of these things, but I thought maybe it would look cool. Which in and of itself should always be the goal and essence what we do here. Because if it doesn't look cool, what are we doing then here, right? And therefore my Planetary Defense Force Imperial Guard Army. Oh, okay. I mean, again, they look spiffing, they look great. And they look very unique as well. Do you have any plans on like, or do you already have like tanks and stuff for them? Or is this the start of a new regiment for you? Because I know you do have some more Imperial Guard, but maybe like different regiments, right? Those are winding notches that a gear connects to mechanisms that would wear, but go for it. Yeah, Sam, that's what I thought. But, yeah. I feel it looks great. It brings just the right amount of paint into this piece. Okay. This stuff requires a lot more focus than I thought. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm just going to paint these little things. But no. Oh, I'm just realizing, as cold sweat starts dripping down my back, that I told my girlfriend that I would prepare a pizza before she comes home. Which means that I need to end the stream right now. Or otherwise, it will be me. It will be my ass on the menu. Alright, look at that. Ain't that nice? Pretty good. Stop making pizza and now you're right. As I said, they're from Imperial Guard Planetary Defense Force themed army. Yeah. I think that's a cool idea. I like what you're going for, and again, I think they definitely have some unique characteristics to them, which you don't see all the time. Let me send you a quick pic first. Alright. Of course, I have to show off the Basilisk, or the Medusa, or the Bombard, whatever you want to call it, as well. I feel like the Hazard Stripes do add a lot. It's so far, I think we've definitely struck the right amount of like different paints and interest as well as uniformity. Though I feel like this will not be the end of this miniature. Maybe the end for this miniature on stream. But I will keep you up to, I'll post some pictures if I do get some time to weather and dirty this bad boy up properly. And again, maybe I would also, I think maybe, just maybe, this ring being made of hazard stripes would look cool as well. Though I'll check that in a mock first. Take a quick picture and then I'll have a look. But yeah. All in all, very dirty on this side as well. Need some cleanup. Really like the stripes though. Simple yet effective. Alright, sending tank pics. Okay. Let's go. Let's have some more pictures. Sent, I had fun today. Thank you for the stream, Jan. Seriously helped with my depressive episode today. Thank you, friend. No worries, man. Always happy to help. Always glad to help. Yeah. What's my camera doing? Okay. Go make pizza now. For my Omni marketer. Oh, yes. Hang on, I do want to see some more pictures first. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. They're using a lot of pictures. Oh, shit. There we go. Sister Lilia's Armory 2025. Nice. Those are some nice planetary defense forces. Ooh, the green glow for the plasma weapons? Hell yeah. Red circle is the base scouts I use. Ah, okay. I see. Interesting. Crazy to think that these gas masks are actually from Games Workshop. It's been such a long time since I've seen these. Very cool scouts in general. Holy shit. Back in the day, Games Workshop really knew how to do it. Wow. Look at that Malkador. Oh! Oh! That's spiffing. The only thing missing is probably some weathering, if this is going to be played as like a 40k army, because I feel like these things have to be incredibly old, right? Apart from that, really nice. Ah, dang, the inside is painted as well. What is that? And Basilisk with one custom crew. Oh, yeah. Very cool. A very in-theme army. And again, quite unique as well. Ah, see, this guy has some weathering. Nice. Very, again, unique as well. You wouldn't see these things in your usual Games Workshop. I don't think so. Very cool. Hell yeah, two basilisks together. Always a great pick. Nice. Thank you very much. Hair ties. Make them to look like engine hoses for a plasma engine. Oh, right. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, there. Dang. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, they are the two. Okay, different Malkadors. Didn't even realize on the first go through. Very, very cool. Alright, and Rice sent some pictures as well. Hang on. Let me pick up the... Did you send some pictures? Oh yeah, on Instagram. Hang on, not on Discord. There we go. Can we open this in a different tab? Yes, we can. There we go. Nice. Oh wow. Okay, you did very much. Holy shit. All the detail on the fist and everything, the small scratches and everything. The weathering, very nice. Also the glow effect in the eyes. Nice. Very nice job. This is the Games Workshop model with custom crew. The artillery shells are from the Shadow Sword kit. The track guard and comms unit are from the upgrades kit. And the crew are a mix of cultist parts and Cadians. Crazy. So proper kit bash then. Dang. This was great fun. It was great fun. You name it. I had loads of fun finally painting this model that I've you know, in my shelf for I don't know how many years now. Of course, we are still a little ways away, but I think it looks great next to my rocks as well. The hue again is not 100%. I don't really know why that is, but I think it looks close enough. And I think once this guy is as weathered as this guy, you know, we're a lot more on track. And getting ourselves a proper regiment together. But guys, as all good things, this too has come to an end, and Matt from Pressbook has gifted another membership. For Chaos Consumatus. Nice. He has the word sus in him as well. Thanks for the long stream. I mean, was it that long? 3.5 hours? I am very drunk. Alright. Then in that case, I'm ending the stream right now. Send a Guardsman unpainted conversion? Yeah. Alright. Oh wow, looks good. Guys, thank you. I platonically love you all. Hey, no homo, right? Guys, thank you very much for staying around. Thank you for all the gifted memberships and the super chats as well. Thank you very much. As always, I feel highly appreciated by you, and I hope that you guys had as much fun as I did. I'll see you in the next time, which will hopefully be not that long away. And maybe, you know, there are some things that I'd still like to paint with you guys. Maybe in another stream. Maybe not. Who knows? Alright. With that, farewell and thank you for enjoying my miniatures. Hey, thanks for sharing, right? Best of luck with your videos as well. I'll check on them later in the evening. And yeah. See ya, bye bye, and thank you so very much. Have fun painting, guys. I'll see you around.